This is your host, AB, and this is the first episode of In the Movies. Now, I'm going to discuss a few movies situations happen in these movies that made me think about some stuff, and these are situations that happen in real life. Some pretty fucked up situations. I'm going to start out with the movie Unfriended. Now, Unfriended was a movie about a bunch of, teenagers basically on the internet, like doing social media. It was social media throughout the whole movie. They never left the internet. Okay, but there was a story came out, a girl got killed or something like that, one of their friends. And they were trying to figure out who's the killer. And then some person called, I guess this person called and said they had to reveal who the killer was, stuff like that. So this dude, he was dating one of the chicks, but she said she was a virgin, told him she was a virgin, said she wanted to wait a while before she gave him some pussy. Okay, so as the movie, to make a long story short, as the movie went on, turns out she was never a virgin to begin with. She just didn't want to give her boyfriend no pussy. She just wanted to give her pussy to her boyfriend's best friend. That's who she was fucking several times behind her boyfriend's back. She was a two-timing whore. Okay. She didn't want to give her boyfriend no pussy, but she sure was giving it to her boyfriend's best friend. She was nothing but a two-timing whore, and told her boyfriend the whole time that she was waiting to give him some pussy because she was a virgin and was nothing but a two-timing whore, fucking and sucking her boyfriend's best friend. Meanwhile, not giving him no pussy. Then when all that shit came out, blew up in her fucking face. Then they was trying to find out who the killer was. One by one, they all got fucking killed. Then the guy she was fucking got killed. Her boyfriend got killed. Then it came down to her. She was the last one. Then all of a sudden, it was revealed she was the motherfucking killer. She killed the chick all alone. And do you know this person on the phone told her all she had to do was reveal who the killer was. All they had to do was reveal who the killer was, and they let them all live. She sacrificed her own friends, let her friends get killed, just to hide the secret that she was the goddamn killer, and that she was a two-timing whore. And then was revealed in the end that she was not only a two-timing whore, but she was the murderer. She murdered that chick because she was jealous. And let her boyfriend, God, she was fucking all her friends get killed to save her goddamn secret. Nothing but a two-timing Jezebel whore. Okay? And that kind of situation happening in real life. There's a lot of two-timing Jezebel whores on this planet. Okay? It's just like that 30-ass bitch. Okay? But let's move on. We're going to move on to the movie The Loft. Okay? This is not centered on like the movie Unfriended. It's centered on your possible girlfriend, your possible girlfriend or wife that you could be with, being a two-timing whore. This is centered on a friend you might trust. That's a two-timing backstabbing motherfucker. Okay, the movie The Loft. There was a guy. He's friends with these other guys. He came up. I guess he was a real estate agent, something like that. You know, all these guys had wives, so he came up with this idea. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy this loft. I'm gonna give each of y'all a key to this loft. Anytime y'all want to cheat on y'all wives, you come and bring some women back here to this loft. It's gonna be all the secret, okay?" So he gave him all the key. One of the chicks, he ended up seeing this prostitute on the side, and one of the other dudes, he wanted this other prostitute, but his friend was having sex with the prostitute, something like that. And he was obsessed with the prostitute because the prostitute didn't want him, some craziness. But we're gonna go right to the end. Make a long story short. Well, I'm gonna say a few things first. You know, one of the dudes had a 20-year-old sister, and he was very protective of his 20-year-old sister. He thought his 20-year-old sister was a virgin, so he was, or whatever, but he was very protective of her. But we're gonna get to that in a minute. Now, we zoom to the end of the movie, and one of the dudes was filming all the encounters in the loft. He filmed all the encounters in the loft. Didn't even tell the other guys he was filming everything that happened in that loft, keeping it on DVDs. So what ended up happening was He told the other guys in the loft, our so-called homeboy been screwing all of us over behind our backs. So he played the DVDs. Come to find out, this guy that gave them keys to that loft, he was fucking all their wives in that loft, including that dude's 20-year-old sister, fucking the shit out of that chick. Now let me tell you something. The weird thing is, they said that chick was a virgin. But the way she was fucking that dude in that video, that chick was no goddamn virgin. That was a fucking lie. He thought his sister was a virgin. That chick was fucking everybody. Let's be real. Cause she was fucking like she knew what she was doing. That wasn't her first rodeo. Okay. Now, then in the end of the movie, one of the hoes ended up getting somebody killed one of the hoes. Okay, and it was all going down for it at first, but then they decided to grab their two-timing friend, drug him, throw him on the bed with the dead naked hoe, so he can get framed for the murder. Because they said they were done with his ass after he fucked all their wives. So he got arrested. Then it turns out the other guy that filmed all the encounters in the apartment, he was the one who killed the chick because he wanted to fuck her. And he was mad that the other dude got her. So then he tried to kill his other friend. Then he ended up killing himself, jumping off the damn balcony and killing himself. Then the other dude that was arrested, they left his ass in jail. He was awaiting trial. And then the other dude ended up getting back with their wives, even though their wives fucked their friend, but they ended up getting back with their wives. Now the other dude, I guess he didn't really work it out with his wife, so he was trying to chase that prostitute still. She claimed she stopped prostituting. So then in the end they started talking, and he ended up getting with that prostitute that he told her he loved her when he had sex with her. So he ended up dating the prostitute who stopped being a prostitute, something like that. Then this movie I watched called Hooking Up. I think it was called Hooking Up. Yeah, it's called Hooking Up. In this movie, it was it was centered around some high school girls having parties and stuff like that. Hooking up with people and stuff like that. So it was this party that happened, and this 25-year-old dude, he was going to this party with these 16-year-old girls. I guess he was just getting invites. I don't know. He just had some 16-year-old girls' numbers and stuff. He was getting invites, I guess. So he was at this party. It was 16-year-old girls sucking him off right there in the living room. And then it was this girl. She was going around. I mean, I guess she was the whore of the party or something, because she was sucking every guy off there, including this 25-year-old man. And then I come to find out, this 25-year-old dude, I guess he was in college or something. I don't know. Parents were away, and he was in college, I guess, still. I don't know why he was in college at 25, but I don't know. Maybe he was back a few years, I guess. So his friends was staying at the house with him while his parents were away for I guess a couple months. So he was dating this 16-year-old girl. Okay. He was going to the house, spending the night at her house, fucking her, and then leaving the next morning. Okay. One morning he was at his house. He told his friends, "I can get this girl to do anything I want her to do, and I prove it." So he called her, told her, "I need you to sneak out the house and come see me." She said she got class. She can't do it. So he said, "I'm coming to pick you up right now." So he come to the house. He stay there with her and fuck her. Okay. Tell her you loving her and all that shit. And she believing that shit like a fool. Okay. Then she come see him one day at his house. So he take up to the room and fuck her. And then he snorting, and then the next morning he starts snorting the cocaine. And she told him she wanted to stop snorting cocaine because she was in love with him and all that crap. Okay. So next time she came over to the house, his friends was there. He knew his friends were gonna be there. He just didn't tell her. So he had snorted a few lines of cocaine. So He was pretty high. So he told her, if you really love me, you're gonna take all your clothes off and you're gonna dance naked in front of my friends. So that's what she did. Took all her clothes off, danced naked in front of his friends. Then next time, then he took upstairs, had sex with her, and he filmed the sexual encounter with her. Okay. Then then next morning she woke up, said something about the cocaine or something like that. She said something about, I don't like how you made me strip in front, how he made her strip in front of in front of his friends and stuff like that. He said he don't even remember it. Then he accused her of cheating. Then he struck her in the face and she hit the ground. And she started crying. Then she ran out of there. So he told her he never wanted to see her again, stuff like that. So what ended up happening, turns out that chick that was sucking everybody's dick at the party, that's this chick's that he dating best friend that was sucking her boyfriend's dick. Now, turns out, towards the end of the movie, she came back over to the house. She came back over to the house to see him. Um, this chick's other friend, who at first, at the beginning of the movie, say she wasn't having sex, wasn't doing nothing. And all of a sudden, she become the biggest whore of the movie. All of a sudden, she fucking everybody. Then all of a sudden, you know what? Then she start hooking up with this 16-year-old chick's, boyfriend, and she riding him and sucking him, for days. And then next thing you know, this chick is supposed to be his little girlfriend come over to the house, and he forced his girlfriend to kiss on her friend and have a threesome. Okay. Then he threw her out of there. You know, the next thing you know, he kept fucking another chick. But really, this guy had all three of them chicks. I mean, they was all friends. He had all three of them. He told the chick he loved her, and then in the end, he told her he never loved her in the first place. He just wanted the pussy. You know, he was fucking. He had one of the chicks sucking his dick. He was fucking the other two. He forced both of them to have a threesome. I mean, he was fucking all of them. He was fucking all three of the chicks, and they was all friends. He was fucking all three of them. So one of them he loved them. She really believed it. So, just like a naive little bitch, really believed it. And meanwhile, he was fucking all of them. And what I'm gonna say about that, this 25-year-old man had that 16-year-old girl in check. I mean, he had her ass in check. This bitch did whatever this man wanted her to do. And even when he struck her in the face and all that shit, and doing the cocaine and all that shit, she still didn't turn his ass in to the cops. She could have turned him in for statutory rape. She didn't turn his ass in. He had that little bitch in check. And you see these particular movies that just made me think. That the movie Unfriended shows the betrayal of your girlfriend or your wife. The movie The Lost shows the betrayal of your own friend. And this other movie, Hooking Up, shows if you that type of man, grown man, hooking up with young girls, you see how naive these little bitches are. Okay, they just show you. Matter of fact, it can wake them up too. Show them not to be so fucking naive. To think that a grown man love them. Shit, a 25-year-old man hooking up with a 16, 17-year-old girl. He might tell the chick he love her, but really he just after that young pussy. Okay, that's what it's about. And see, them movies, they expose a lot of things that you gotta look out for.